Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tip Balls.
My meniscus when I put my foot right in your ass.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tip Balls podcast. I am your host, Sam Randazzo, and I am joined today by my two rather frigid co-hosts. To my right, it is the one and only Uncle Sam.
Why me?
And behind the computer, peeling his own banana, it is Bruce, the tugboat Venditti.
Brr, what's up?
Well, we had a Thursday night matchup last night between the Titans and the Packers, in which Derrick Henry ran for a un-Derrick Henry-like average, but somehow managed to have a Derrick Henry fantasy night because he threw a touchdown pass. But we might see a little change coming because the offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans was arrested last night after getting off of the plane, driving home, doing 90 and a 70, and getting a DUI.
That fucking sucks.
Getting off the plane.
Getting off the plane, which,
And
plot
it's funny
twist.
because they were talking about how good he was as an offensive coordinator all game long.
That was a great game he called.
Called a great game.
yesterday.
Listen, highlight of the game, hands down, was the Tannehill confusion, Derrick Henry up the middle, dive for the first down.
Well,
That was nasty.
You know what? He called a great game yesterday, and obviously deserved to celebrate.
Celebrate a
And he
little
did.
too hard on the team plane there.
The problem is you're not supposed to celebrate on a team plane.
Yeah, so the NFL is currently investigating the situation because there are some rules about
Yeah, they'd like to know how the fuck did he get pickled.
having alcohol on the team plane, which
Right. Unless he had to
It's
fit the
frowned upon.
vodka inside the car and slam that fucker on his way home.
maybe. Who
Maybe.
knows? So it'll be interesting to see what comes of that. Obviously, if there was some sort of wrongdoing on the Titans' part, you could see some draft picks lost.
Listen, I could
Suspensions
understand if he
coming.
was on Jim Irsay's plane to get off there pickled.
Oh, I bet you Jim Irsay's plane's got liquor by the caseload on it. But either way, some highlights from that game.
You really think Jim Irsay doesn't drink on his plane?
Oh, Jesus.
They all.
If
They all
if the
do.
walls of Jim Irsay's plane could talk, I'm sure there would be
Listen,
many documentaries about
you
it.
don't think they weren't drinking on Minnesota's plane when Kirk Cousins was dripped out and bling and they were all having a ball? You don't think the Commanders were drinking on their plane when they beat the 8-0 Philadelphia Eagles?
I guess your question left him a little bit puzzled. But let's talk about some highlights from last night's game. Rookie receiver Christian Watson. It was a pretty nice performance out of him. 4 receptions, 48 yards. 2 of those receptions were touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers, though, I mean, it wasn't pretty for him last night.
It looked like Sammy Watkins forgot how to run a route.
Well, I don't know. Here's
And
the
not
thing.
just once, twice.
I don't know if
that I've
Sammy
seen.
Watkins forgot how to run a route, or
I didn't
if
think, you
Aaron
think the ball
Rodgers
was coming in.
missed that badly. That's what I'm starting to
To
think.
me, it
He
looked like
started to break
Sammy
down at the end of the
Watkins
game.
was literally jogging through his route and didn't even go for the ball.
Well, the one
It looked like he did not know the ball was coming to him at all.
the one was so far gone from him, and then I mean he missed Watson over the middle, wide open one time for a nice chunk of yards. The other thing,
Yeah, that one looked like he ran the wrong route, though.
yeah,
He should have cut it out, and he cut it in.
Allen Lazard. I mean, he only had 5 receptions on 11 targets, and at least 3 of those were easy drops.
Well, he did add a couple that were behind him that he dropped that I don't blame him.
There was one pass.
clearly Rodgers.
There was
a 4th down play, and he clearly threw fucking behind him.
There was one pass where Rodgers just missed Watson long, wide open down the field. There was another to Lazard on the sideline that he just missed. Lazard dropped at least 2 easy catches.
I think what hurt the Packers in that second half was they went to do their little patented screenplay with Aaron Jones, and it got fucking blown up. And it happened twice. I think that kept them away from calling these little swing and being able to drop that ball out to him. Because they had a guy on Aaron Jones. Every time Aaron Jones would slip out of the backfield, there was somebody on him.
Yeah.
That's because
And that took his little safety blanket
because
away.
every team knows
Great
that he's the only
defensive
threat.
call there.
He's the only threat on that team.
Well, I don't know about
Great
that.
defensive call.
What do you mean you don't know about that? Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he did not look like himself at the end of that game.
No, Aaron Rodgers did not look like himself at the end of that game. I'll agree with you.
They could have came back and won.
But I'll say this. Slowly, this Packers receiving core, now that Watson's healthy and involved, Lazard is healthy, and if he can hold on to the ball. Randall Cobb he had 6 receptions for 73 yards, the ghost of. He's showing that he can still be somewhat productive. This receiving core is not as pitiful as we thought it was going to be. I will say that. Number 2,
they need to get back to running the football.
Their offensive line's not getting the job done for Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, 12 rushes, 40 yards, and a fumble. I mean, he didn't look like himself. Rodgers didn't look like himself. And the offensive line could not stand up to the Titans' pass rush. I mean, there was somebody in the backfield every time. And I will give Aaron Rodgers a benefit of the doubt here. He was running for his life. He was only sacked
all the
once.
receivers, if you watched this game, especially in the second half, they were single coverage.
Yeah.
There was no coverage being rolled to them.
Nope. No,
Single
Lazard
coverage.
was in single coverage. The pass that he missed Watson had his guy beat by
Single
5
coverage.
yards. And
all
it was
single
all
coverage.
single coverage.
Who
Yep.
was it on the Titans D that took the flop?
Oh,
Ankle flop, and Aaron
Tate.
Rodgers came over and started laughing like, wow, that's good.
Tier
That's
tart.
good.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron
'Cause, I mean,
Rodgers wasn't even
Rodgers
mad.
was
He was talking shit to Mike Vrabel.
Yeah. Because Rodgers was getting into his rhythm.
Yes.
And they were doing that hurry up. And I mean, it was, 10, 15 seconds in between plays, and he was going to wear that defense out. And my man did pull a flop job. He started to jog off.
He
and-
wasn't the only one that did it. They
did
did
you
that
see-
a couple of times.
Yeah,
Did you see
they
Aaron
did.
Rodgers
Jeffrey
come
Simmons
over?
did it once, I believe.
Yes.
And then,
Did you see Aaron Rodgers walk up to him though when he was when he was on the ground and Mike Vrabel was over there and he was standing there
oh, yeah.
and they showed Aaron Rodgers and he was just smiling.
He was just
He's
laughing.
just thinking, that's good. That's good. Come on.
But
you know it.
let's talk about Ryan Tannehill, because realistically,
He had a great game.
he had his best game of the year last night. He was 22 of 27. That's an 82%
best games of his
completion
career, I
percentage.
think.
I agree with that. 333 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did throw 1 pick. That was a great play defensively for Green Bay. He was sacked 3 times for a QBR of 127. That was Tannehill's best game that I've seen from him in recent memory, that I can remember at least. And
They're clearly a better team with him. I mean, come on.
yes,
Absolutely.
That Malik Willis shit, dude, when they were dropping those games.
but
I mean, he's not perfect.
let's be real about this. Ryan Tannehill has 1 or 2 of those games every year that make you buy back in, and you're like, oh, maybe he's not as putrid as we think he is.
Right.
And then, so what happens is Derrick Henry's an absolute man-child, which he wasn't last night. But for the rest of the year,
Actually,
I'm
he
sure.
was. That defense was that good.
Listen, they gave him the ball 30 times, and
They had 9 guys in the box trying to stop him.
He was not-
That's why they threw 300 fucking yards on him, because there was 9 guys in the box. to
it
stop
wasn't your
Derrick Henry.
typical Derrick Henry night.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had their corners playing up on the fucking line of scrimmage
He had
to stop
that.
the run.
He had that one screen pass that was what?
No, but what I was
He threw a
trying to,
touchdown pass as
what I'm
well.
trying to tell you is this: the secondary was playing on the fucking line of scrimmage
Oh yeah.
to stop the run.
And they did a good job of
They
that.
did a good
Well,
job.
for the most part, they did. They got smoked on that a couple of times too.
Yes, they did.
They got smoked.
Well, that's
they
what
actually got an interception off a fake to Derrick Henry, right? That Rasul Douglas, he dropped back. He started sprinting back,
You're not talking into the microphone.
stepped into the fucking lane,
Still loud
and picked it off.
I'll say
Yeah,
this
I'm loud
much.
enough. You don't have to worry about that ever.
The problem
Well,
here
that's not
is
true, because sometimes you're quiet.
Shut up.
the problem here is we've seen this exact same picture before, right? I mean, we saw it last year.
Why? I think you
Tennessee.
can throw the dirt on the Green Bay Packers.
I
as
disagree
far as
with
right
that.
now.
I
think
disagree.
you can.
I'm not. I'm
the
not
dirt
at that
on it.
point
One
yet,
dimensional.
because we've seen Tennessee do this over and over, where they win 13 or 14 games in a season,
Yeah.
and they get a very high playoff seeding, and they get into the playoffs, and
Right.
everybody knows what they're about. Everybody figures out by then how to play.
Here's
them.
the issue here. Going forward, how many weeks are left?
Well, we're in week 11, so
We're in week 11. There's 7 weeks left.
yes, well,
7
6
weeks
for
left.
these two, but
Okay.
yes.
How big is that lead now for
Oh,
Minnesota?
they're in the playoffs. I
Thank
mean,
you. How big is that lead?
Yeah, but right now,
Well-
it's the road to the playoffs.
Tennessee's in the
So,
AFC, so
What
Tennessee.
they do
We're not
after
talking about Tennessee. We're talking about Minnesota or Green Bay. Minnesota has a commanding 5-game
Green
lead
Bay
right
is
now.
4-7. Okay,
Right.
Green Bay is 4-7, but realistically, that doesn't put them complete.
And they lost to Minnesota.
But the teams in front of them for a wild card spot are Arizona, Atlanta, and Washington.
Okay.
So that's why I'm not ready to completely shut the door on them yet.
Yeah. I don't know.
We're
It
getting.
doesn't get any easier. They got to go to Philadelphia this week.
Well, you want to know something? We're going to talk more about Philadelphia later, but I think I was right about a couple things with Philadelphia.
Oh, here we go.
But we'll get to that.
Okay. You hate Philadelphia, I know.
But either way, whether or not I hate or love the Philadelphia Eagles, Green Bay did kind of shit the bed last night.
Right.
I'll give them that.
Okay.
But
It was
Tennessee,
a good game. Up to the
Tennessee,
second half, in my
for the record, will go. They'll probably win 13 games, okay? And then they'll be in the playoffs as a 2 seed, and then they'll get absolutely smacked in the face week 1, because that's what happens every year. It happens every single year. Because Ryan Tannehill doesn't step up in big games because he's not that great of a quarterback. And if you stop Derrick Henry and you play, you have halfway decent secondary coverage, you're going to fucking beat him. So I'm not sold on Tennessee, but I'm not giving up on Green Bay. Let's get into this weekend's matchups. Oh, before we do that, let's do a little bit of news. Lamar Jackson did not practice today and is questionable for Sunday's game due to illness. That will be one to monitor heavily because that has a ton of fantasy implications there, to say the absolute least. Uncle Sam would know that, because without Lamar Jackson, his team will be lucky to see triple digits. And the Bills and Browns game that was supposed to be played in Buffalo on Sunday has been moved to Detroit. It is currently supposed to be Sunday at 1:00. Problem here is it could get moved to Monday due to the fact that the Bills don't know when they can get their team playing out. And if you've seen any pictures today from Buffalo, it's pretty understandable as to why they don't know when that's going to happen.
It happens there every year.
They are completely
I don't know why they're making a big deal out of this. It happens every year there.
snowed in. Other than that, let's get into this weekend's games. Let's start out with the... Oh, go ahead.
Ndamukong Suh.
Oh, Sue signed with Philadelphia.
Correct.
Yep.
Most likely because what's his name hit IR.
Jordan Davis.
Yeah, and they did, after they got popped by Washington the way they did, where they just ran the ball down their throat 50 times, they needed a little bit of assistance there. But
They
again,
also signed Linville Joseph earlier in the week.
yeah, I saw that one as well. So those 2 veteran defensive tackles
Correct.
that immediately
Big,
shore up that
two
D-line.
big
Yeah,
veteran defensive tackles that you can't run on.
700 pounds of man right there.
God, we should have. Never mind.
Bruce still hopeful.
No, it's because like you could go make a smart decision and bring him back, but no.
Yeah.
No.
Guess what?
He wouldn't come back here.
They
if
don't
his
have the
fucking life
team
depended on it.
or the fucking money. Well, they got the money to give to him, but they don't have the team. And he's not going to waste his fucking
Good
time
players take pay cuts.
coming here to a 5-win team.
Tom
He's not going to
Brady.
waste his time, dude. He wants to win a fucking Super Bowl, like he already did.
Let's talk about this weekend's matchups. First up, we have the 3-7 Bears going to Atlanta to play the 4-6 Falcons. The Falcons are a 3-point favorite in this one, which actually kind of surprised me a little bit. And the over-under in this game is 49.5 points. Realistically, this is going to be about Justin Fields. I mean, this is what this game's really going to come down to. I think the Bears' defense doesn't match up as well against Atlanta's offense as we have seen recently for the Falcons. Carolina actually matched up with them very good. It was actually funny to watch, but they did match up with them, I'd say, better than the Chargers did the week before. Falcons have lost 2 straight, and I don't know if this is really going to be the bounce back week for them. I don't know if they're going to right the ship here. I don't know if their defense has an answer for Justin Fields. Khalil Herbert went on IR for the Bears, so it's going to be the David Montgomery show. I think that's a pretty big loss from their backfield. At the same token, Justin Fields is RB1 for this team. So I don't know what to really make of it. Their receiving core has emerged a little bit, I would say. Darnell Mooney's not awful. The other St. Brown, the Chicago St. Brown, Equiminius, is not awful, but this game is a really tough one for me to call. What do you think?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't like the 49.5.
No, I don't either. I'm for sure going to pound an under on this, but
I'm not talking about under. I got a feeling this game could be a fucking shootout.
you think this is going to be a 60-point?
I got a feeling this could be a shootout. Look what they did with the Lions. And I would say Atlanta's comparable with the Lions.
Ooh.
And I think it could be a shootout. I really do.
31-30, 32, 35, 29, 49. Those are Chicago's last three. And you know what?
I'm going to go the over on this game. I'm going to go the over. And I want to take the Bears on this. But I don't like giving up that 3.
Well, no, the Falcons are giving up 3.
Oh, it's the Falcons?
Falcons are a 3-point favorite here.
I'm going to take the Falcons in the 3 points.
You're going to take the Falcons
in the 3
minus
points.
3.
Well, that's what I said. I don't like giving up to 3. I'm going to take the Falcons to win.
And you're going to hit the over. I'm going to take the Bears to win. I'm going to take the Bears to cover and win. I think that I've been convinced to take the over in this game after seeing the Bears' last 3. They've all been 60-point games. The Falcons, the only thing that worries me about this game is that the Falcons haven't really been that explosive as
Yeah, but
late.
here's the thing. I don't think that Chicago has had a team that can run the ball on them good yet.
You know what? You got to get over this. You got to get over this donkey boner you got for Cordell Patterson.
I'm not talking about Cordell Patterson. They have a 3-headed monster over there that these guys are fucking productive. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's got a point. Because
They got a 3-headed
think about
monster
it, Chicago
with Patterson,
is
Utley,
their
and the other
offense is one
cat,
dimensional.
Algier. These guys can all run the football, and they are not scared about doing it. I like them doing that. against
These
the
two teams
Last
are
last
very
week,
similar.
last week, this 3-headed monster against the Carolina Panthers ran for 77 yards.
Well, here's
combined.
the thing. Carolina Panthers, I actually think their defense is pretty damn good. I like them better than Chicago's defense at this point.
Against the decimated Chargers rushing core, well, they had a decent game against the Chargers. Okay. I'll give them that. They're in for 175 yards.
I'm
so
taking ATL, baby.
and still lost. I'm going to take the Bears in that game. That has all of the makings for Justin Fields.
Okay.
30-point game right there. And I think it'll happen. Next up, we come to Detroit to not talk about the Lions, thankfully. The Browns are coming to town to face the Bills.
Bullshit.
Due to Snowmageddon. The Bills are 7.5-point favorites. The over-under in this game is 49.5 points as well. And I know Bruce has a lot to say here, so go ahead and do it.
Say what? What do you want me to say? That Sheila Hamp offered up our stadium to the Bills, who will be here less than 4 days later after the game?
There's a reason for that.
For what?
For that.
For what? So that our team has
No,
to go
so-
away
no,
and play in a
so
cold outdoor
Buffalo can-
stadium, and then we can
Buffalo
come back
can-
here.
You gonna let me finish, asshole? Buffalo, if they were playing in Buffalo, they'd be handed a loss, another loss, and they'd be out of it.
Oh, so you're agreeing with me.
What I'm saying is this: them playing in Detroit's going to give them the advantage over Cleveland. Absolutely.
Oh, 1,000%.
And not only that,
1,000%.
they can stay here, sleep in for a week, and be nice and rested for that Thanksgiving Day game
And go-
when they put the hammer fucking
Go
on.
back into the same stadium that they beat the Browns in. Yep. Thanks, Sheila.
I have absolutely no problem with the Bills playing here.
I don't care that they play
It's
here at all.
the biggest
I don't care.
game.
I didn't care that the Minnesota
Lions
Vikings played here
season.
when their roof caved in.
Yeah.
Okay. The Bills
Metrodome.
aren't fucking undefeated. Okay. Lions are clearly the
You want to know what the
next
killer
week.
part is right now? Buffalo, if they split the next 2 weeks, dude, they're done. You throw some dirt on them. I
If
truly
they split
believe
with
that.
who? The Browns and the Lions?
If they
Hold
fucking
on.
lose to the Lions or the Browns, you could start throwing some dirt their
All right.
way.
I just think it's bullshit that the Lions this week have to go to New York, play outside.
They're supposed to.
And
There's
then
not 6 feet of snow in New
doesn't
York
matter.
City.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Our home field is given tossed up to the opponent
what?
that they're playing less than 4 days after.
What
You know
fucking
what?
care?
Hey, you want to know
What
what?
do you care? That's money
maybe
for the city, dude.
maybe if Nick Chubb
The
actually,
city.
Yes.
What, the fact that all the volunteer workers who don't make fucking shit from the Ford family have to go on Monday and then come back Thursday?
people that have jobs do those things, Bruce.
These people they don't make anything because the
How do
Ford
you
family
know?
doesn't fucking give them anything.
How do
They're all
you know?
volunteers.
They're not
The only thing they make is
volunteers.
yes, they
They're
are.
not
The only thing they
volunteers.
make is tips, and those are the people at the counters. Everyone else in the stadium is all volunteer. Dudes who
Not
walk around with
They get paid
the vendors,
for that. They get,
they
paid
get
for
tips.
that.
No, they don't.
Yes, they
only
do.
get tips.
There's a fucking organization that hires these people. They get paid for that.
Are we really talking about who sells the
I don't
fucking
give a fuck
popcorn?
who's selling me popcorn.
I mean,
I
Really
do.
give a fuck?
I do.
You're too
I
drunk
don't
to
want.
notice
I don't want some
anyway.
fucking machine to do it. I'd rather
Anyway.
tip $3 to the person who's standing.
Anyway, nobody really gives a fuck that they're here. Okay?
I think
God
A lot
bless
of people do. A lot of people do.
like who and why?
Because
the
why
Bills
the
get to
fuck
play a
does
game?
Josh Allen get to come here and play 2 games? This is our home field. Fuck that. This is just another way for the NFL to fuck us.
Do you really think? Hold on. So you think that because Josh Allen,
They
gets to-
already gave us the Bills on Thanksgiving. That's enough to fucking deal
No,
with, let alone already.
Hold on. So you think that due to the fact that Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, quite possibly the most talented roster in the NFL, get to play an extra game at Ford Field, it gives them some sort of mythical advantage? Guess what? You're going to get bent over and gaped by the Bills on Thanksgiving, whether the Bills played here, whether the Bills played in Buffalo,
I don't think
or
that's
whether the Bills
necessarily
played
true.
in Timbuk motherfucking 2.
I don't think that the Bills are going to run over the fucking lines. They're going to
You know what? Something tells me that they're going to drop one of these next 2 games, the Bills.
Okay, but let's talk about this week. We're getting too far off. Fuck.
Okay. The Bills
Doesn't
are
matter.
You're right.
I just
But
fucking
we'll
basically agreed with you,
yes, I
dumbass.
know, but we'll be agreeing more on Monday's episode when we talk about this.
If they win again.
Listen to me. The Bills are a 7.5 point
They need to
favorite.
beat the Giants.
The over-under is a 49.5. Jacoby Brissett is awful at football. I'm willing to admit that. Amari Cooper's been quiet. Donovan Peoples-Jones is the only real weapon who's emerged as of late. Nick Chubb has had 2 down games in a row. And I think the Browns are essentially packing it in until Deshaun Watson is ready to play.
Amari Cooper on the year has 42 catches, 585 yards, and 5 touchdowns. I'd say that's pretty goddamn good.
Listen to me.
What? And that's with fucking
You want to know whose numbers are very similar to his? How many yards does he have?
almost 600.
Okay, and how many touchdowns?
5.
Gabe Davis, the number 2 receiver for the Bills, 544 and 5.
Listen, the only way the Browns win this
So,
game
I mean,
is if they hand Nick Chubb the ball fucking 30 times.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. The Buffalo Bills don't have a running back that's got almost 1,000 yards rushing.
And guess what? He's not gonna be able to. You of all people should know that that Nick Chubb is not going to go off for 170 and 2 tuds against the Bills defense.
Oh, you're gonna say I hope he doesn't go off for 170 and 2 tugs.
Why?
You never know.
But he's not.
Every team is different.
No.
Every team, every week.
You
is
are
different.
right. You are right.
Every
and
fucking
HR
week is
puffing
different.
stuff for the fucking Houston. You're right. Fucking Eno Benjamin for the Houston Texans could go off for 210 yards and 4 touchdowns this week. But is he
I
going
don't think
to?
that'll happen
No.
because he's not a starter.
Okay, it's not going to happen.
Nick
And-
Chubb is the starter.
Listen to me.
Nick Chubb, if he's right in his mind, is unstoppable.
What happened last week against fucking Miami?
How many carries did he have?
Like 8.
There you go.
But okay, if the coaching staff's not going to, you think they're not going to get down by 3 touchdowns early to Buffalo?
I just think they're going to ass pound the ball this week.
I don't care. Either way, I'm taking Buffalo minus 7.5. I am taking the under on the 49.5 points.
I'm going to
because
take Buffalo to win.
I don't think the Browns are going to score.
I'm going to take Buffalo to win. And I'm going to take the over. I'm going to take over.
I don't like that one.
I'm going to take Buffalo to win as well.
Oh, so after
taking
all
over.
of that, you guys all fucking agree with
No,
me.
well,
Big
because
shock
it's
there.
literally whether the fucking Cleveland offense hands Nick Chubb the ball. If they don't, if they did what they did last week, this
Correct.
game's not going to be.
If they get down by 14 in the first fucking quarter again, which is probably going to happen because Josh Allen's not going to come out and put up another dud.
Hopefully he does.
Well, are you just so hard on this Bills train because it's making Philadelphia look better?
You're hard on the Bills train, hard on the Tampa train. So
No, it's just because
maybe I'm
nobody
not.
likes the Bills.
Well, here we go. Let's talk about your Philadelphia Eagles, who, in the matter of 1 week, went from being a consistent 10-plus point favorite to 6 against Jeff Saturday, Matt Ryan, and the Indianapolis Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. The over-under in this game is 45 points, and we'll let you talk about your almighty Eagles.
I'm gonna take the over on this, and I'm gonna take the Eagles, giving up 6.5.
Why? Why the over?
Why should I? I just think they're gonna both teams will put points up. I truly believe.
See,
that.
I don't know. I don't know if this Colts team is going to put up very many
Hey,
points.
Matty Ice is going to put some points up.
No,
It wouldn't surprise me if Matt Ryan puts up 3 touchdowns in this game.
listen.
But I think they're going to give up more than that.
The Colts strategy has to be very similar to Washington. It's going to be hand the ball off to Jonathan Taylor 35 times and pray.
And try to keep them off the field.
And try and keep them off the field.
That's
now,
exactly
obviously,
what happened last
Philadelphia's moves this week, as in Ndamukong Suh, as in Linville Joseph, is probably to directly combat Jonathan Taylor and to combat the strategy that Washington had against them last week, where it was run the ball 50 times and pray. I think that will be more effective for the Eagles. I don't really see this Colts team having this miraculous win over Philadelphia. I'm going to take Philadelphia minus 6.5. I'm going to take the under in this because I don't see the Colts putting up 20 points this week. I just don't. Because realistically, there was a reason why Matt Ryan got benched the first time. I don't think he's just going to be solid the rest of the way. I think they're going to have some issues. And I don't think Jeff Saturday is the next Mike Ditka like everybody's thinking he is right now. Give me the Eagles.
Why do you hate Matt Ryan so much?
Because Matt Ryan's not that great. Matt Ryan's not a good
but
quarterback.
neither is Ryan Tannehill.
I don't like Ryan Tannehill either.
Yeah, but I mean,
Ryan Tannehill's had one good game all year.
besides like Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, like these guys, I mean, they're all average.
Well, yes,
Pat
but there's
Mahomes
average
and Josh
guys that
Allen.
you like, and there's average guys that you don't like. For example, I love watching Marcus Mariota play football. It is an entertaining game to watch. He is a guy who you can see is out there and a little bit hungry. I enjoy watching Derek Carr because he is hungry. I enjoy watching Taylor Heineke. That game last week was so entertaining. And if you think that this Colts game with fucking Matt Ryan's wrinkly old nutsack is going to be anything like
I will say this,
Washington
Matt
was-
Ryan came out last week and was throwing dimes.
That's great.
He was
great.
Matty Dimes last
That's
week.
great.
He
had
was
a
dropping
great
dimes
week.
on guys last
He
week.
had a great week.
Correct.
He had a great week.
But
You know
I
who
don't
else
think
had a
that'll
great
happen
week?
this week.
Thank you.
I don't.
Thank you.
And God bless Bill Cowher.
Care to elaborate, or is that
Well,
you
God bless
froze up
Bill
like a
Cowher.
fainting
Bill
goat?
Cowher came out and had an absolute fucking meltdown
Now, fuck him. He's a
About-
fucking douche.
about a guy that has no college or professional coaching experience coming in and trying to take over a team that the owner wants them to do. And he said it's a fucking travesty and it hurts the art of coaching in the NFL.
Well, guess what? I got some fucking news for Bill Cowher, okay? One, you're old and you're a has-been, so shut the fuck up, all right?
This is against Saturday.
Yeah. Two,
Wow.
guess what, Bill Cowher? You got ran out of fucking town, okay?
No, he didn't.
You got ran out of
fucking
town in
retired
favor
after
of
he won a
Mike
Super Bowl.
fucking Tomlin.
He didn't get run out of town. He won a Super Bowl and he retired. He was old.
Whatever. He's not that old. He ain't that much older than you. You're going to sit here and tell me he's
Oh,
old.
really?
this guy
Are we going to go there right now?
65.
Listen, he looks like
He's
he could be on the
old.
fucking scumbag Hall of Fame. Okay.
Yeah, and he retired 13
Bill
years
Cowher.
ago.
Bill Cowher was a tough
younger
dude.
than you when he retired.
I like Bill Cowher.
Bill Cowher's a fucking douche. He always has been. He sucks.
Bill Cowher
His
can
takes
fight.
suck. He wasn't that great of a fucking coach. Shit. He's shit.
Bill Cowher can fight.
Guess what? Jeff Saturday would whoop Bill Cowher's old wrinkly ass. Anyways, who are you picking in this fucking debacle of a game?
Eagles, man. Come on.
Okay.
Come on, baby.
So you're gonna sit here and tell me I'm a shit talker for Matt Ryan, and you're gonna take the
Well,
Eagles anyway.
I like Matt Ryan. I don't dislike him.
Oh, well.
Awful.
Okay.
Fucking awful.
Moving
But I
on.
like Jalen Hurts more.
Next up, we have
AJ
the New
Brown.
York Jets heading to
Miles
Foxborough to play the Patriots. Patriots are 3.5-point favorite. The over-under in this game is 38.5 points. And here we go. Your team Gangrene, so you can start us off. And your team Patriot. I don't know who you're going to pick in this game. I don't know who you have more of a hard on for this week. So let's see.
He's going to go with the Patriots.
I'm going to say this. This is usually that part of the year where Bill Belichick absolutely stymies guys, especially second-year head coaches, and I'm going to take the Patriots. And I'm going to take the over on this game.
Oh,
Giving up to 3.5, and I'm going to take the over. Yep.
It's in New England.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going with Patriots. I
Okay.
hate Zach Milfson.
I hate Zach Wilson too. I don't think Zach Wilson.
I don't like Zach. I personally do not like Zach Wilson
no.
at all.
He can
That's
sit,
just
he
my
can sit on the
opinion. I
bench,
think he's
in my opinion.
I don't think he's very good. I would much rather see
Trey Lance.
the
I would take
ghost-
Trey Lance over.
I would most rather see the ghost of
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco than fucking Zach
Hey,
Wilson.
Joe Flacco
All right,
another good quarterback.
here's the deal. Patriots offense is extremely one-dimensional. Mac Jones hasn't looked like himself since he came back. He's not very good throwing the football. The Patriots wide receivers are not that good. Ramondre Stevenson is the only fucking thing this team has. I think that the Jets have a solid enough front seven to stop Ramondre Stevenson. Zach Wilson's not going to have to do all that much in order to win this game. Realistically, I think Michael Carter's probably going to have a pretty nice day. That's the first time I'll ever compliment you fantasy-wise. But I think that the Jets' offense is going to look a little bit more refreshed than it has. And I don't think that the Patriots' offense...
Patriots are at home, and guess what? They don't lose to the division opponents.
No.
Hold on.
Tom Brady doesn't lose to division opponents at home.
Patriots.
Mac Jones...
Patriots.
Mac
The
Jones...
New England Patriots were not one person.
Listen, if the Patriots truly want to win this game, they throw in that third string fucking quarterback,
Bailey Zappi.
Bailey Zappi. They want to truly win this game.
Well, I got news for you. If you're going to sit here and say that the New England Patriots don't lose division games at home, this week they play the Jets at home, who they beat by a touchdown 2 weeks ago.
Correct.
Then on December 1st, they play Buffalo
and they were won
at
by a
home.
touchdown.
And then on New Year's Day, they play Miami at home.
Can't wait.
They'll lose
Can't
two
wait.
of those
I'm,
three.
I'm so excited because that should be 9 wins. And once that's 9 wins, guess what? I win.
What do you win? You don't even remember what you win.
Yeah, I win.
What do you win?
That's it. I
You
win.
just win? It ain't going to happen.
No, you get
And you
two.
you think the Patriots are going to beat the Jets this week, then go to Minnesota and win, and then play Buffalo at home and win?
The bet's at 8 games, right?
And that's 9.
It's a 9.
I don't care. I'm taking the Patriots, giving up to 3.5 and over 38.
Give me the Jets to cover, Jets to win, and I'm going to take the under because this 6.5 feet of snow that's going through Buffalo is just going to keep on heading to east. So, you guys both took the Jets?
No, we took New.
Oh, you guys both took New England? Yeah, you both need your heads examined.
Okay.
The Los Angeles Rams head into New Orleans to play the Saints. Saints are a 3-point favorite. The over-under is 39, and my God, how the mighty have fallen. Matt Stafford didn't play last week. And whoever the fuck it was that played quarterback for the Rams, I mean, what was his name? I genuinely don't.
I don't know. Hillsdale?
He was so irrelevant to me that I don't remember.
I don't even know his
John
name.
Wolford.
Wolford.
John Wolford. Good old John Wolford.
Okay.
Cooper Kupp's out for the year.
That's all we need to say.
That's it. Take the Saints.
I would take
-3.
the Saints, the under,
Yep.
-3.
Yep. Saints -3 in the under. Absolutely. Rams are dead in the water until something happens.
So Matt Stafford can play,
Right.
and he has somebody to throw
guess
to.
what? Even if Stafford plays this week, I'd still take the Saints.
Well, yeah, because Cup's out.
Yeah. I mean, do you really think Ben Skronik is the next Cooper Kupp?
I don't know.
Some people do. Next up, the Detroit Lions at 3-6 head to New York to play the Giants at 7-2. The Giants are a field goal favorite, and the over/under is 45. And honest to God, I am surprised that the Giants are only a 3-point favorite in this. But
They're giving Detroit their due.
I will let Bruce pick this one before I give my thoughts. So go ahead, bud.
I'm gonna take the Lions. Okay. And because, like you said, because I agree with you, New York is nothing special. The only thing that you really have to stop is Saquon Barkley. So if the Lions, what?
I'm just listening to you. Go ahead.
Laugh, fucking do
I didn't
whatever the hell
fucking
you
laugh.
guys
I'm
want to
listening.
do.
Dumbass, finish.
If they can figure out a way to just stop Saquon Barkley, send the troops in, okay, then I think you have a pretty close game here.
I you know what? I fucking agree with you.
But
Put 9 guys in the box.
Load that bitch.
Load it up. And stop Saquon
Fire.
Barkley.
but
Make Daniel Jones try
Exactly.
to beat you.
but
But Darius Slayton will catch a 91-yard touchdown and win this fucking game.
there's an even bigger but. I mean, yes, it's a great in theory to sit there and say, oh, yeah, you know what? The Lions are going to go out and put 9 guys in the box. Not that I knew who those guys are. I mean, yeah, it'll be great to have Alex Anzalone being, stacking the box, ready to fucking rush, ready to hammer Saquon
The
Barkley.
best he could do is at least make his presence known.
Guess fucking what? It doesn't matter. You could give the Lions the Giants fucking playbook, and there's not one person in this defense that's going to stop Saquon Barkley. Give me the Giants. Giving up 3. Give me the under.
I don't agree with that.
What?
I don't agree with that.
You think Saquon can just do it by himself?
No, I don't.
I mean, the Giants are 7-2. So we're
Correct.
going to sit here and say
Brian Dabo's a good coach. I like it.
that's great. You've blown him for the last 2 weeks. I get it. But we're going to sit here and talk about
This is going to be a close game.
you guys are going to sit here and talk about Saquon Barkley can't do it on his own? I mean, when did Daniel Jones become Joe fucking Montana? They have not had one receiver. They have not had one fucking wide receiver worth a fuck yet this year. Not one.
Darius Slayton.
Okay. Darius Slayton has about as much talent as a couple of my
Daniel
ass hairs.
Jones does
Let's-
think for them to get in position to hand the
win.
ball off to
Correct. So don't sit here and say Saquon do it by himself. Because guess what?
Because I think the Lions secondary can take.
Since when? They did it once.
Dude, it's a process.
You know what?
They're building.
You know what?
We have rookies.
I'm
I
gonna
think those
give you
guys
that.
back
I'm
there
gonna
are
give,
getting.
you know what, Bruce? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt of this. I'm also going to take the Lions in this. I'm going to take the under, and I'm going to take that 3 points.
We just lost any credibility that we had left.
Okay.
Truly. We lost any credibility we had left.
Okay.
If you guys can both sit here and tell me the
He
Lions.
said this
listen,
last week.
The Lions won
said this
2 games
last
in a row,
Oh, yeah.
and until they fucking lose, I'm going to take the Lions.
When, honest to God, when do you think the last time the Lions won 3
He
in a
can
row?
sit here and say it about Justin Fields. but the second
2017.
We talk about the Lions.
2017, they won 3 in a row. If that's what you're wondering.
Hold on. It's right here. There's an article about it.
2017.
2017. Well, they won 3 games in a row. You were right.
Yeah, I know
Yep.
that.
And so you think that against
I
7-2 Giants,
I got a feeling.
who you have
that-
done nothing but praise. You
I
have done
like
nothing
Brian
but
Daboll.
deep throat Brian Dabo for the last 21 days.
I think he's done a great job there. I really do.
and you think,
And I truly think he's done it with a less talented offense than Detroit has.
agree wholeheartedly.
His
So
defense, the defense is better than Detroit's defense,
Absolutely.
which everybody else's is good.
But
better
we've
than theirs.
seen that the
We know.
Detroit offense can go up
But
against
the offense
best.
can go up against the best in this league. You laughing
he
right
laughed
now?
at that.
They
He laughed
had a shootout with Washington, a shootout with fucking Philly. Their offense can put points up.
And you have you have 2 hungry quarterbacks because they're or running backs.
You wanna know-
They're fighting for play time.
You want to know what was great? When their offense went toe-to-toe with Bailey Zappi.
Yeah.
You want to know what was
That's-
great?
Bailey
that's the
Zappi
most-
was pretty
you want-
good.
And I will say this.
He's pretty good.
That is the most
Better than Mac Jones, in my opinion.
You know what was great?
non-ready time I've ever seen the Lions come into a game.
You want to know what was great? You want to know what was fabulous?
Yeah.
When they went toe-to-toe with Tony Pollard, who is half the running back that Saquon Barkley is. Half. Out of everybody they've played this year, they have not played one bell cow fucking running back outside of fucking Delvin Cook,
Aaron
and they
Jones.
fucking lost. Aaron Jones broke his fucking leg, supposedly,
Sure he
and then came back the
Okay.
next week.
Yeah.
They have not played one bell cow running back.
Last week, you said, wow, the Lions defense actually stepped up, and it looked pretty good. The rookies are playing better.
They actually
stuff
look
like
good
that.
against Washington.
Yeah.
Who has,
So
They played Washington
Antonio Gibson.
3
So-
months ago.
okay, so if they're in tune now, they're getting in tune now. If anything, they're better than they were at the beginning of the season.
They're getting in tune now. They let Chicago score 30 fucking points on them. What we're sitting here
Still got the dub though. So,
well, yes, but you're see, you go apples and oranges. You're a typical Lions fan. Oh, the defense is getting so much better.
I don't think
You let Chicago, who's
that
had erectile dysfunction up until the last 2 games, put up 30 on you. Oh, still got a dub though.
They've
There's
done
a
it. They
difference
did it to
between getting a
Dallas.
dub and having a
Dallas has a top
The
5
Chicago Bears
defense.
beat your 49ers, by the way, bud.
Yeah, I'm aware. In week 1, guess what? This same Detroit Lions team that lost 29-0 to New England was a field goal away from beating your almighty Eagles. So let's not talk about this. And Washington beat your Eagles as well as the Lions. So that means,
Actually,
that
Dan
means
Campbell,
the Lions.
Dan Campbell gave Washington a game.
No,
Yes.
No,
the
we
Lions
won that.
beat
We won that
Washington.
game.
No,
The
but
Lions-
Dan Campbell's the reason why they lost the fucking following game.
The Lions beat Washington, and Washington beat Philadelphia. So with your guys' logic, the Lions are better than the Eagles.
I didn't say that.
Lions are the favorite in the NFC. Still got the dub, though.
I just
This
got a
is
feeling
totally
they're
out
going to
of
beat the
left
Giants
field.
this week.
I don't know what.
At the end of the day, you guys, neither of you can tell me right now how they stop Saquon Barkley.
I just told you.
We're stuffing the fucking box.
So when have they done
Stuff
that?
the box.
When did they stuff the box this year? Because last week, I'm pretty sure Justin Fields ran for 150 yards, almost. So that was a great job of stuffing the box.
That's a little
Yeah, but they
different
lost.
Why is that different?
because he's a quarterback.
Guess what? Stopping the run.
Hey,
Stopping the run.
The only thing that scares me in this game, and I'm going to be honest with you, Daniel Jones running the football.
Fucking A.
No,
I don't disagree.
anybody-
I
anybody-
don't.
like I'm an idiot.
I
No,
don't
I'm
know.
not. I'm agreeing
I
with
don't
you.
disagree either.
Daniel Jones can run. Saquon fucking. I mean, we're sitting here talking about Saquon Barkley like he's fucking Raheem Mozart. Are you kidding? Saquon
Listen,
Barkley has made
listen,
defenses
Last
much.
week they were all over Justin Fields. Now Justin Fields is very
And
very
Herbert can run fucking
talented.
Football too.
He's fast and he's very talented in and out of the pocket. Okay, but those Lions defense have
And
been
your David
all over
Montgomery
him.
got
They just
tackled
couldn't
from
stop
behind
him because he's
by the
athletic.
number 2 overall
Okay,
pick.
guess what? This Giants defense held Derrick Henry to 82 yards. Like, let's stop here. You need to use a little bit of logic. What are the Lions going to do to score?
You know what? We're just having hope, man. We're having
That's
hope
fine.
for
You
our
can hope
team.
all you want.
It's not
There's a
hope.
difference.
It's being optimistic.
Yeah, there's a difference between hope and there's a difference between knowledge and optimism. And my God,
Okay.
that was awful.
I'm gonna take-
Hey,
Fine.
this is the
I'm gonna
game.
take
This is
fucking
what's
fine.
awesome about the game of football.
Yeah, because nobody makes
The
right
Giants could
call.
go out there and lay a giant fucking egg. A giant fucking egg.
Yeah.
That's what's awesome. You know what's also awesome about football? The Bills could come Thursday and lay a fucking giant egg on the field.
Wouldn't
What would you be
wouldn't it
saying?
be great if they win their next
Gotta
two
love
games?
the game of football
you-
because it could go
Can I
either
tell you
way,
something?
baby.
We're sitting here talking about a Lions team who has wins over the Commanders in week 2,
Yeah.
the Packers, who, for all intents and purposes, somehow last week strung something together, but then disproved all of that again last night, and the Bears. They have one quality win this year. It's the Bears. And we're sitting
And
here
by the
talking
way,
about how
Dan Campbell gave away the Minnesota game. They should be 3-0.
doesn't matter. It's not a
They
win.
should be 3-0 in the division right
not
now.
a dub, though.
Bullshit.
Not
They
a
should be
dub,
3-0.
though.
I get that. They should be 3-0
So we knew
in
this.
the division.
We
So-
knew this.
so
we knew this coming
before-
into the season.
Got to win your division
Right.
before you
so,
do anything else.
So we're going to sit here. We
All
knew
I'm
this.
saying
we
is
knew this.
All I'm saying is, it's nice to see them winning some fucking games, and maybe they could, if they get their shit together, which they've been doing a little bit week in and week out, there's a chance they could win this game, man.
God, let's move on because there's a chance. Yep, there's a fucking chance. There's a chance Santa Claus is real and he's going to
It's just like an election.
Out my
It's just like an election in America. There's always a chance, bud.
always a chance. Yeah, you're right.
You could campaign from your basement and get 80 million
Laugh at
votes.
me, stone me to death. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah. Run an election from your basement and get 80 million
They are
votes.
dysfunctional. The Lions are dysfunctional.
The Carolina Panthers are going to Baltimore to play the Ravens. The Ravens are a 13-point favorite. The over/under is 41.5. That's a massive line. A 13-point favorite for Baltimore.
That's huge. I don't like it.
And
I don't like it.
Baltimore's won 3 straight. They won.
I get that, but they haven't been.
Convincing.
No,
they
I
haven't.
agree.
with that. And I'm not sold on the Ravens. 1, because I don't trust any of their running backs to stay healthy. 2, they still don't have a wide receiver. We can talk about it every week, but they don't. And 3, Mark Andrews' health is still in question. 4, Lamar Jackson is iffy on if he's going to play or not, depending on how he feels. Give me the Panthers to cover. Ultimately, I think Baltimore will win, but I'm going to take the Panthers to cover. And the over-under of 41.5, I'm going to pound the under on that.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Ravens.
I agree.
You know, if you had half of the take on any other team that you do on the Detroit Lions, you'd be an absolute staple.
Because there's only one team I truly love, and that's the Detroit Lions.
You want to know what's funny? Just jumping back real quick, and this is the last thing I'll say. He was so ready to absolutely body Jared Goff.
Hold on.
Shut the fuck up. He was so ready to body the entire organization. And he gave
still
up.
don't like Jared
And then
Goff.
they somehow steal a win against fucking Chicago, and Aaron Rodgers looks like he's fucking senile. And next thing we know, oh my God, they've got the perfect plan to stop Saquon Barkley, and they're going to beat the 72 Giants.
Because you love the Bears. The Lions, there's no fucking way they're going to win. And you love the Giants.
I will kiss your bear
You'll
ass.
kiss my bare ass if the Lions beat the fucking Bears, man.
Yep.
That's why.
Pucker up.
Yeah, you're right. I'll sit here. You know what? I'm going to make another bold prediction right now before
Can we move on?
No, I'm going to make a bold prediction.
Okay.
Lions will finish this year with 5 wins. So pick it. If you want it to be the Giants, that's fine. But they'll finish the year with 5 wins.
Okay.
Moving on. The Washington Commanders head into Houston to play the Texans. Washington is a 3-point favorite. The over-under is 4.5 points. And Houston's lost 4 straight. Washington coming off
Lovie
a big
Smith.
win against Philadelphia.
Lovie Smith.
Yeah. Houston had a real good game plan for the Giants last week, just like the Lions do this week. They only lost 16 to
Blew
24.
it right at the end.
So this game, it's real simple. I think the Commanders are red hot right now. I'll be honest. I think Heineke
Taylor
played
Heineke
really well.
is undefeated.
Taylor Heineke's undefeated. They have a good strategy. I am going to take Washington to win this game. That over-under of 40.5. Listen, the Commanders aren't a team that's going to put up a ton of points. Yes, they put up 32 against Philadelphia, but one of those was a last-minute bullshit
Touchdown.
hook and ladder touchdown.
Yeah.
The Texans can't put up any points. They'll put up 14.
So you're going to take the under?
I'm going to take the under in that game.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. The under 40.5, giving up to 3 points to Texans. I'll take the Commanders.
This game gets a crown on it because this.
Cruz, who you taking?
Oh, my bad.
Who am I taking? I'm taking the Commanders. I don't think they're red hot. I think they're hot, and I just think Houston is actually bad. So, yeah.
Yeah, they'll be
Houston will shoot
they'll
themselves in the
picking
foot.
first overall. They keep it up.
In the first 4:00 game, the 2-7 Las Vegas Raiders head into Denver to play the 3-6 Broncos in a game that could quite possibly be crowned as shit show of the year because both of these teams, for lack of a better word, are awful.
I'm going to tell you what, dude. After what transpired from last week, we got to see what Raider team takes the field.
Mm-hmm.
Is it that team that utterly pounded? Who was it they played? They pounded them in submission. I can't remember.
They
who
played
it was.
Houston. They won 38-20.
No, it was early in the year. It wasn't Houston. It was somebody else. Somebody
The
good.
only other W, Denver. They beat Denver 32-23.
This isn't. This may not be a shit show.
Oh.
No,
You have a
just got to see which
100
team
Derek
shows
Carr,
up here.
and you have a Broncos D who's not going to want to lose this game.
I don't care. This game, yeah,
I
You have a hungry.
I like the
Derek-
Broncos in this game,
so do I.
and I like the over on this game, not the under. Over.
Jesus. Let's talk about how awful both these teams are. They've both lost 4 or 5. Vegas's win was over Houston. Denver's win was at Jacksonville. They both lost to the Colts. I mean, this is just awful. It's the toilet bowl. I'm sorry. This is officially the toilet bowl.
Yeah, but the fact that it's the toilet bowl means it could be a very. It's
Josh
such a
Jacobs
bad
has
game.
800 yards rushing
game.
in this toilet bowl here.
Yes, but here's the thing.
Over 800 yards.
He's not going to do that against the Denver defense, right? He's not.
You would
I don't
assume
know.
not.
He's not. And the Broncos, I mean, they're missing Jerry Jeudy now. I don't think it matters who the Broncos play. Their offense is still kind of inept. And the Raiders' offense is inept against a good defense.
Which one of these teams are going to wake up? Is it going to be Denver or is it going to be the Raiders?
Neither.
I would say Denver will probably.
Denver's
this
going to win
point,
on accident.
They're going to win on it.
Yeah.
Well, I just think they're just going to win, just because I think the Raiders, there's more turmoil there than what people think.
Give me Denver -2.5. Give me the under.
Yeah.
I'm going to go over.
So we're all taking Denver.
Yeah. I can't.
I just think Denver's D is going to win them.
I can't you can't pick the Raiders until you see something change.
I got to see Derek Carr at least either go off or kill himself. One of the
Well,
two.
that's the whole thing. One of two things is going to happen this week.
He's going to
either the
lose
Raiders
his
are
fucking
going to
mind or they're going to win.
either they're going to look worse than they have all year,
Right.
or they're going to have it turned around.
Well, we don't know. We're going to have to see.
I'm not betting on the fact they turn it around.
This next game.
This next game, in my opinion, is the game of the week at 4:25 p.m., which doesn't bode well. The Dallas Cowboys are going into Minneapolis
No.
to play the Vikings. The Cowboys are a 1.5-point favorite. The over-under is 48.5 points, and unfortunately, the Cowboys at 6-3 versus the Vikings at 8-1. And as much as I love the Vikings and as good as I think they are, I am taking the Cowboys not only to cover but to win because Kirk
425.
Cousins,
425.
425.
425.
That's all I'm going to say.
Kirk Cousins only wins at 1 o'clock.
That's it.
And if he has to play a game later than 1 o'clock, he don't win. I'm hoping he will break the curse. I would love to see.
I would love to see it, but I'm not too confident in it.
I'm not either.
Like to see them.
And you know what? That's one of those weird stats. That's one of those superstitions that for some reason bodes true every time.
Yeah.
So I am taking the Cowboys to win. I am going to take, honest to God,
Over.
no.
I'm going to take the over. I got a feeling both of them will be able to put points up.
You know what?
I'm not
you're
going to
right.
touch the under on that.
But
no way.
honest to God,
I know the Vikings can put up
No.
24 points.
I'm taking the under.
Okay.
I'm going to take the under.
All right.
The last primetime game that Cousins played was Monday night at Philadelphia, which is a good defense, and they were only able to put up 7. I don't care. The superstition is real. Take Dallas.
Yeah, but I think
the
Minnesota's a lot better than they were then.
Yes, but it's Kirk Cousins.
All right.
Yeah,
Kirk
but
Cousins
that-
is going
All right.
to look like a fucking half brain.
All right.
'Cause it's at 4 o'clock. I can't do it.
Hey, just remember he's going up against Mike McCarthy. That's all I'm going to say.
That's
you got to remember Green Bay.
And look how they shit the bed. Hey,
What do you mean? Remember
look
Green
how they
Bay?
shit the bed last week, dude.
Who?
Dallas.
Well,
They
yeah.
were fucking awful. Dak Prescott gave fucking the team that game.
Yeah, you want to know what? I was
What?
thinking about that. That's why Aaron Rodgers played so good last week. He just wanted to rub his dick in Mike McCarthy's face a little
He
bit.
hates Mike McCarthy.
Yeah. That's all
He's
that
not the
was.
only one.
And then he
I
went back
believe
to
the
sleep
whole
this
city
week.
of fucking Green Bay hates
I
Mike
think so
McCarthy.
too. You know what? I think the Cowboys are the better team. I think the Cowboys, if they were playing at any other at 1 o'clock, I think the Vikings would win. Vikings better team, better record, better quarterback, better running back.
I'm still taking
better
the over
receiving
on
core.
this. I got a feeling they're going to put up more points than 48 between the two of them.
I think it's going to be bad. Give me the
Okay.
Cowboys in the under.
Okay.
I want Minnesota to lose so bad
Why?
because they're just in our division.
We got no chance of fucking.
It doesn't
catching
matter.
them.
It doesn't matter.
Listen, they
If
can
the
drop dead and lose
if the
every game
Lions
from here
ain't in
out.
it,
What? Hold on.
The Lions ain't
Hey,
in it. I don't
listen to
want
me.
fucking Green Bay. I don't want Minnesota. I
sweetheart.
don't want Chicago.
You fucking dunce. Listen to me. This is not the Bruce's opinion fucking I don't like the NFC North show. Pick the game based
Yeah,
on
it
who
is.
you think is going to. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Pick the game
'Cause
based
I
on who
made
you
it
think
that
is
way.
going to win.
I make it that way.
I'll make it
I'm
that way
making
real
it that
fucking
way.
quick. So pick the
God.
game.
I'm
based on
taking the
who thinks gonna win.
Vikings, but I hope Dallas fucking buries their ass.
I hear you. I hear you, Bruce. Anyway,
So you think Kirk Cousins is going to break the curse?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that Monday night game wasn't at 1 o'clock.
okay.
This isn't at 1 o'clock.
I know.
It's 425.
It's at
bud.
4:30.
He doesn't win at
How
425.
did he play on the Monday night game?
He lost to Philadelphia, and they only put up a
Shit,
touchdown.
that's right.
That's what I've been saying for the
That's what he just said, dude.
Fuck.
That's why
You
we
made
both
your
took
bet.
fucking
You
the
already
Dallas.
picked them. Next
no,
up.
no, that's not how it works. Give me Dallas.
Next up, the Cincinnati Bengals are heading to an in-division rivalry in Pittsburgh at 4:30 p.m. The Bengals 3.5-point favorite over the Steelers. Over/under is 41.
Let me say, I'm going over,
Yeah,
and I'm taking the Bengals, giving up to 3.5
I'm taking the Bengals too. They put
and
a
over.
they put a molly-whopping on Carolina last week, and I know the Steelers might have some momentum.
Listen to me. Carolina is very comparable to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, they both run the football. They both play good defense. And
Pittsburgh
you've
doesn't run the
seen what absolutely happened to them. And I got a feeling this is where the Bengals get hot. And
Yeah.
they have to get hot to stay in with Baltimore.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they got Pittsburgh, and then they got Tennessee, Kansas City, and Cleveland again. Listen to this schedule for the Bengals going forward. At Pittsburgh, at Tennessee, at home against KC, at home against Cleveland again, who they lost to 32-13. At Tampa, at New England, at home against Buffalo, at home against Baltimore.
That is not easy.
That is an
schedule.
absolute
That's a
fucking
juggernaut
gauntlet.
schedule.
That is a gauntlet. So they got to pick up a win this week. They must. Give me Cincinnati minus 3.5. Over under of 41. Shit.
I'm going over.
I'm going to go over too because I think the Bengals will have a big week again.
Give me the Steelers, baby.
Okay.
Any reasoning? Or
Kenny Pickett show, baby.
you just feeling it, baby?
I'm just feeling it, Bruce.
baby. And isn't this his second week back?
Who's second week back?
Watt?
TJ Watt?
Yes.
Yes, he
Is
is
the
back.
second week back.
And the Bengals are without Jamar Chase still. He will not
Correct.
be playing this week.
Correct.
So I think Joe Mixon's going to have an absolute fucking day. Congratulations.
Depends on which Steeler defense shows
black
up.
and yellow, black.
Next up on Sunday Night Football, we have the Kansas City Chiefs heading to Los Angeles to play the 5-4 Chargers. The Chiefs are a 5.5-point favorite. The over/under is 52 in this game. I am taking the over. I'll say that much. Keenan Allen's status for the game is still questionable. Mike Williams' status for the game is still questionable. I don't think that matters as far as the over/under goes. I think both these teams will put up substantial amounts of points. But I think the Chiefs are leaps and bounds better than the Chargers right now, especially with their health. Chargers, even if you take the wide receiving core out of it, the Chargers' defensive front is absolutely depleted, and I think the Chiefs will take advantage of that. I expect Isaac Pacheco to have a big game. I expect guys like Kadarius Toney to have their big breakout week, mostly because Chiefs are missing Mecole Hardman and possibly Juju Smith-Schuster. But I still like the Chiefs to fucking win this game in a track meet.
I like the under in this game. The under in the Chiefs, giving up the 5.5.
Hey, you want to know something?
Yeah.
Picking the under in this game
Yeah.
might have been worse than picking the Lions to beat the Giants.
Here's the reason why I'm picking the under. I truly believe what you said was right. The Chargers' defensive front is decimated, and the receiving core for Kansas City is a little bit in question.
Doesn't matter.
So I feel that Kansas City will win this game. I just don't see them putting up more than 52 points between the two of them.
Really?
I just don't. No, I don't.
The
Because
least-
if Keenan Allen doesn't play and if Mike Williams doesn't play, this will be a pretty even game here for the Chiefs to just dominate it.
yeah, they will absolutely fucking dominate it. And I think it'll be the Austin Eckler show for the Chargers.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah.
I got a feeling both of these teams are going to run the ball, which will shorten the game up a little bit.
Yeah, still, I think give me the over and give me the Chiefs 5.5 point favorite. Bruce.
I mean, come on, KC.
Okay.
And that would put the Chargers at 500. And they were one of our
Super Bowl picks.
Super Bowl picks.
It was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a shame. I mean, they were flooded with injury. Herbert's
Yeah.
still injured, and he's not out there playing. So
Next up on Monday Night Football, we have the 49ers heading to Arizona to play the Cardinals. The 49ers are an 8-point favorite. The over-under in this game is 43.5 points. And the Chargers are on a 2-game win streak against both Los Angeles teams. And the Cardinals beat the Rams last week. So,
big whoop.
You said the Chargers?
oh,
mean
excuse
the
me,
49ers?
49ers.
beat both LA teams in the last 2 weeks. This game is oh, Jesus Christ. This game's in Mexico City. That changes a couple things for me, I think.
Well, here's the thing. Arizona borders the border, and
What?
so does San Francisco.
San Francisco.
I don't think either team.
San Francisco's like 6 hours from the border.
And no, because it's right by California. Is
This is
basically
just like
the border of Mexico.
This is just like the
State.
California is basically the border of.
It's one of the borders to Mexico. Yes.
Correct, but San Francisco is
Yes.
essentially
all the way.
where Kentucky is.
Actually, it's Santa Clara.
It's essentially where Kentucky is.
Anyway.
from the Mexico.
this
border.
is
I will say this.
This is like his drive from L.A. to
This
to
game,
Vegas.
this
The
game
drive from,
is going to be very
LA to
hard
Vegas.
pick.
drive from Oakland to Vegas is
Is it
2 hours.
Oakland?
8 hours later. Are you gonna make a pick, or
Sure.
are you gonna talk more about
Sure.
geography?
I'm
This
going
one's
to
pretty-
take the Cardinals in this, getting the 8 points and the over.
Well, before you do that, Kyler Murray might not play.
He's not playing?
Maybe
They said he was playing.
It's
I
questionable.
don't care if he is or isn't.
He's
Well,
questionable.
I do care if he is or isn't. If he's playing, they'll win. I thought they
Alright,
said he
we've
was
been
playing.
on and off the wagon all day, but you really fucking fell and hit your head on this one.
Oh, have I?
Yeah.
That's an asshole. If Kyler Murray's playing, they have a very, very good chance of winning.
Well, either way, as I continue
gotta
to
be able to
research
play.
this Kyler Murray thing.
If Kyler
I already
Murray
know
plays,
who you're
I am
taking.
taking the Cardinals
Ask.
and the points and the over.
Kyler Murray will be a game time decision.
Okay.
I don't care whether or not Kyler Murray plays. I don't. The 49ers right now are my favorite team in the NFC. They are an 8-point favorite. I think that's a little bit low. Give me the 49ers -8 to win, over under 43.5. I'm going to take the over because if Kyler does play, they will put up more points. If Kyler doesn't play, take the under because Colt McCoy will look like a wet linguine noodle against this fucking 49ers defense. And Marquise,
If Kyler Murray plays,
DeAndre Hopkins isn't practicing because he has a hamstring injury. Kyler has a hamstring injury. Zach Ertz is out for the year. Marquise Brown is practicing but probably won't play. So your options as far as receivers for the Cardinals is Greg Dortch,
Rondell Moore,
Rondale Moore's back,
and A.J. Green.
and A.J. Green. Yeah.
God bless A.J. Green.
Give me the 49ers by 100.
Yeah, I don't care.
God bless
I don't
A.J. Green.
care if.
You know what? Let me tell you all something. This is a fucking divisional game.
Can I make my pick first?
ahead.
And
And then you
Go ahead.
so I don't care if the Cardinals are full strength.
Yeah, no, I don't.
The 49ers are going to steamroll them, and I'm taking the 49ers. So
Okay. This is a divisional game. Divisional games are always close, hard-fought battle games. Okay. If Kyler Murray is playing in this game, they have a really good chance of beating the 49ers
Why?
because he's
Because it's a divisional
cute.
game. Listen to me. I'm
He's
sick of that
cute.
fucking. Why?
He's
why
hard to
all of a
bring
sudden-
down.
Why all of a
Their
sudden did this
defense is going to
divisional-
struggle trying
you
to.
hated the cuteness. Now you're all for it.
I'm just saying this is what he is. This is what he is. And divisional games are usually played tougher than the
If
non-divisional
Kyler Murray
games.
were losing in his cuteness, he'd be saying the total opposite.
You know, you guys with this divisional thing.
I agree, but I disagree
am the
because
type of guy that sees teams come out differently when it's divisional games than when it's not.
Listen to me.
You always come out harder
You
when it's
see
a
those
divisional
great divisional rival. You see those great divisional rivals in like the NFC
Like
East,
the Denver
the
Raider
AFC
game.
North.
The Denver Raider game. That's a divisional game. That is going to be a hard-fought game.
Yes.
Because the loser of that game goes in the toilet.
But guess what? There's already one team in the toilet.
Okay.
So when you're in the toilet, you're in the fucking toilet.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you're playing a divisional game, if you're playing a fucking German team, if you're playing a high school team. When you're in the toilet, you're in the fucking toilet. And guess what? The Cardinals are very close to being in the fucking toilet.
the only thing keeping them out is Hopkins and Kyler Murray.
Exactly. And if neither of them play, it'll be over by the end of the first.
Well, I will say this. I think the game is going to be in Mexico City. You can't give anybody a home field advantage. And I think that it's going to be a hard-fought game. I really do.
You said that the 49ers were bordering Mexico, so I thought they had a home field advantage.
They all do.
I
Actually,
guarantee you
Arizona
there's
does.
more 49ers fans down there than there is Cardinals fans.
Really?
Guaranteed.
I don't know about that.
Guaranteed.
Okay.
I feel like down there they like the California teams more
Okay.
than.
Yeah,
you
you from
agree or
Mexico,
disagree?
Bruce? You an aficionado on Mexico right now?
I think. Well, hold on.
No,
if
I
you want to talk about this realistically, when you think of teams that Mexico's a fan base of, you think of the Raiders, the Niners, and the Cowboys.
Okay.
Is that wrong?
Look at all the
Yeah.
And who's close enough to that?
Then
The 49ers.
What are they then?
I don't,
Who would you
I
say
have no
Mexico's teams are?
idea. You'd be surprised. A lot of Detroit fans in Mexico that I know.
There is a. I mean,
There's a big following now.
I must
There's-
have been
There's a
asleep.
big following of Detroit Lions
There
fans.
is.
I must have been asleep when everybody on this show became the Detroit Lions. You guys are bandwagon. You guys are both fucking bandwagon.
There is nobody here the biggest band.
first of all,
you are the biggest
I can't be a
bandwagoner
bandwagon
of all
You can't-
time.
He can't be a bandwagon, and you can't be a bandwagon because we live. in
He's the
Detroit.
biggest
No, I
bandwagoner
hate the
of all
Lions.
time.
I
Yeah, but it
don't
doesn't matter
like the
if you
Lions.
love
He
the Lions.
went to be a
you can't be called a
diehard
bandwagon because
Yes, you can.
New
if you're not
England
a fan of a
Patriot
team.
fan to drop them off the face of the earth.
No, again, I'm a realist. Guess what? The
A
Patriots.
realist?
The Patriots
No, you're a
aren't
bandwagon
good.
jumper.
No, I'm not.
You're like all these people that love the Golden State Warriors
here
in
we
the
go with this
NBA.
again.
Nobody in 30 fucking years ever liked the Golden State Warriors. You can't name 5 people on their fucking team past Steph Curry.
I'm not a Warriors fan, so I don't know. How,
That's what
He's
I
just-
mean.
he's
It's a
just making
bandwagon fucking issue.
I've been a fan of 2 NFL teams my whole life: the
Oh.
Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No,
That's a
you
lie.
Are
That's
probably
a
the
fucking
biggest
lie.
bandwagon. Here.
Nobody liked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Correct.
Nobody
I followed-
liked the Tampa Bay.
No,
Nobody
I
liked them
became-
when they were good.
I became a fan of Tampa Bay when Tom Brady went there. I followed Tom Brady.
Yeah, but you
still a
jumped
Patriot-
off.
No, I did
you
not.
jumped off the fucking bandwagon of the New England
Hold on,
Patriots.
hold on.
You were the big Patriot pusher.
Yeah, okay, you don't want to know what's fucked up about this? Guess who his favorite team is right now? The 8-1 Philadelphia Eagles. So you want to sit here and talk about bandwagon
Yeah,
jumping?
and you
What
like
do you
the
mean?
Jets and
Yeah,
New
the Jets,
England
the
and-
Giants, and the Eagles. The 3 best records
Why?
in
Because
football.
I liked what the Eagles did this year.
That's
I,
fair.
I
That's
liked
fair.
I liked the New York Jets long before this year. I was a big Jet guy. I was Gangrene all the way for a long time. And the Giants, I thought, have done a tremendous job. Brian Dabo's done a great job. Great draft. Love the young talent they got on their team. They got 2 of the best young, talented guys in the league on their team this year.
I'll just say it's interesting that you're going to call me a bandwagoner when my favorite team is currently 500, and somehow out of nowhere, all 3 of your favorite teams have the 3 best records in football.
Hold on,
And
that-
I'm the
That's not
bandwagoner.
true.
And I hate Philadelphia. I hate the Jets. I hate the Giants. I don't like any of them. I can't stand either of them. None of them. But I, at least, will sit here and say the Giants are going to beat the Lions this week.
Okay.
Okay,
Still don't like them.
There's
And
a
I still think
difference,
you
though.
have Brian Dabo all over your chin that you need to clean
you
up.
can like a team, but like you like the Giants, correct? But you also like New England.
Yeah.
and
I'm
you
not
also
buying
like
fucking
the Jets.
jerseys and fucking going to their games.
Okay,
and
but
everything else.
who is your biggest fan out of the 3?
Out of who?
Out of the 3 that I just said, the Jets, Giants, the Patriots,
Who would be
and
my?
Eagles. I'll throw Eagles in there.
Say that again.
Out of those 4 teams, who's your team?
I like the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay,
He's got Lamar Jackson in one hand
Anyway,
and John Harbaugh on
because
the other.
you can
Brian
like a team-
Dabo in this
Listen
hand
to
and
me.
Nick Sirianni in that
it's
one.
not. That's not what I'm saying.
That is exactly what
This
you're
is
saying.
what I'm saying. Somebody went to let's go to New England and watch a fucking game. Okay.
And what
Okay.
jersey? Hold on.
And now
I
I would
went
not
to-
go there because Tom Brady's not there.
I went to New England to see a game this year
And who
against
was-
my hometown
who was
team,
who was playing in that game?
Detroit Lions. And whose
No,
jersey did
no,
I?
there
Bailey's
was
that.
somebody else.
Bailey's that.
No, I went to the Detroit New England game in New England.
Yeah,
and what
yeah.
jersey
That
did
is
I
right.
wear?
That is right.
And what jersey did I wear?
I have no idea.
A Julian fucking Edelman Patriots jersey.
Okay.
So everybody can
have no
blow me. Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of the Tip Balls Podcast.
Bandwagoner.
Make sure to follow our socials: Instagram at Tip Balls, Twitter at Tip Balls, TikTok at Tip Balls Podcast. If you are listening to us on Spotify or Apple Music, make sure to check us out on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will be back next week. It's the week of Thanksgiving, so we are going to have a Thanksgiving special on Wednesday. I just choked on myself. I was talking too fast.
God-
Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a good weekend.
God
Here's your
bless
God bless.
Chris Mullins.
fuck is Chris Mullins? Who's Chris Mullins?
You mean
mic
Mike
drop.
Mullins?
Mic drop.